This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Chesapeake Eye Center.
Alrighty, so we all know that we need certain nutrients to keep our bodies healthy, but the same thing applies for your eyes.
That's right. In fact, there are many eye-friendly foods out there, and joining us today to give us a scoop on those foods are Dr. Catherine Smoot, a board-certified ophthalmologist with Chesapeake Eye Center, and Dr. Smoot's husband, Ron Hazelnuss. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So what are we making?
We are making a glazed salmon with a pomegranate. We are doing wilted collard greens with some onion and garlic and pine nuts, and a spinach salad with kiwi and orange.
What's in the salmon? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What's in the salmon?
What's in the salmon?
Yeah, what are we using?
Okay, what we're using is we're going to start with a piece of basic salmon, which has had some with a little pepper on it.
Okay.
We
got
already
Dijon mustard.
We're
just going over all the ingredients there, Ron. Just want to make sure everybody knew what you get.
And then we're going to give them a glaze, and this glaze has a little bit of brown sugar. It has a little honey, pomegranate juice, some vinegar. Your glaze usually want to sweeten or sour, so we got a little vinegar and a little cornstarch to thicken it. And the recipe, I think, will be on your website there.
All right. Well, let's get started.
All right. Well, we'll start with the salmon, where we have taken just a piece of salmon from the local stores. We've put a little honey on it, and we've put pepper on it, and we're going to pan sear it for about a minute and a half on each side.
Flush down.
Flush down.
There you go.
All right. And while we're doing that, we're going to start on the collard greens. We add some garlic and onion.
Okay.
It's already been sautéed. Stir that around a little bit. Add a little collard greens.
All of this?
All of that.
All of it.
All of it. Or a little if you want. It's fine. Okay, just mix it all up.
Okay.
And that will heat up.
And Dr. Smoot, now there's research that shows that nutrition does play a major role in eye.
Absolutely. We
sight.
have chosen these foods that you're seeing here for the nutritional content. There was the age-related eye disease study that came out several years ago that said, hey, maybe certain nutrients in high doses may delay the risk of progression in macular degeneration. And those nutrients used in the study were the antioxidants of vitamin C and vitamin E. They had beta carotene in it, and then they had zinc along with some copper, so that your zinc didn't deplete the copper in your body. So I said, okay, well, what foods can we choose that are high in these things? The other thing I looked at, I said, okay, excuse me, right now is the age-related eye disease study 2 that's coming out that's looking at lutein, which you see a lot of that out there, and zeaxanthin, which are a different type of carotenoid. So that study is going to be out in this country probably the end of this year. There seems to be benefit in studies that have come out in Europe. So we've chosen, we're going to have, I think Jimmy's going to make a salad here,
Okay.
foodstuffs that are very high
have
in
these things.
lutein, xanthines.
Yeah.
They're really good for your retina, the omega-3s, high dose. And this is one of my, we got 2 superfoods here.
All right. So
Actually 3.
For retina health, you were telling us citrus, tomatoes, kiwi.
Kiwi is there, citrus. We've got a
sunflower
little
seeds.
citrus in your salad. Your salad is going to be responsible for a lot of this vitamin C, okay?
Oysters and crab are good for you.
Oysters and crabs are great for zinc. So we're coming into the zinc season on the Eastern Shore. But we're going to get our zinc today from one of my favorites, dark chocolate, as a little tasty bit at the end.
All right, while I'm doing this, tell us about lens health. What can help us out with that?
Well, you know, they're not defined studies for that, but there's some suggestions that you're seeing a lot of are about flavonoids. And the biggest flavonoid in our diet is called quercetin, and we can find that in our tea, which we have here. We can also see apples, which we could put on the salad if we chose to.
Right.
A lot of nuts and berries, which we have here today in our craisins.
So, and then we have the retina and lens health.
We're just gonna be healthy all over. This is all whole body. It's also cardiovascular.
Yeah.
So now Ron's getting ready to glaze this salmon. So smear some glaze on through that puppy in the oven. The other superfood group that we have here is quinoa. Quinoa is interesting because we look at grains, and quinoa is a power food. It is almost completely nutritional, and it has all your essential amino acids in your body.
Right there.
That's the quinoa, right?
That is
And
the quinoa.
it highly overlooked. Quinoa is actually interesting. It was almost extinct in the 1500s when Pizarro came through because he was trying to undermine the Incas. But they found it again in the 70s, and they realized how nutritional it is. So when I look here between quinoa and kiwis and the other grain that we have here we love, it's popcorn.
Popcorn,
Oh,
snacks.
yes.
Popcorn. When your kids come home because they want to eat, you're cooking, they want to eat, grab popcorn because it is high in vitamin A, it is high in the lutein, it is high in the zeaxanthin.
But forget
these
the
things.
salt and the
Don't
butter.
add salt. We heard about
Don't
that
do
this
that.
morning with you all.
Yep, that's right.
Hold the salt, hold the butter. It's a great snack food. And this is kind of fun because you can get it like the multicolored grains. The kids may have fun with that. It pops up to look about the same unless you look in the little holes. But it's very tasty and it's a
Nice.
great snack food.
Very
You're making
cool.
such a neat salad.
Well, you told me they told me that it was all about presentation when it comes to the
All
salad,
about
so it's got to look good when you do
Presentation.
the, yeah.
So we
How'd I
have
do
here
there?
the blueberries high in antioxidants, your citrus, your vitamin C. Again, spinach. Spinach
good.
and
You can't see the face on
collard
there, can you?
greens. You're going to get that lutein. And if you come in fact, one of my last questions of the other day, I'll give a shout out to one of my friends from yesterday, is what do I eat that's good for my eyes? I say, eat your green leafy vegetables, eat your fish. For those of you who say, I don't like fish or I don't like greens, one of my staff said, she said, I'll just have to go blind because experiment. There are ways to make these things tasty.
But in terms of supplements, though, you say that you should consult with your doctor.
Well, in supplements, absolutely, I would recommend before you do anything in terms of diet, you consult with what other medications you may be on or other disease states. For example, your greens may be an issue if you're on Coumadin. Or there's certain foods they may want you to avoid, so high protein foods like quinoa if you have gout. This is nice because it's gluten-free, but if you're choosing another, you may have to be careful because gluten may be an issue if you have celiac disease. So be sure you're talking with your physician or with your nutritionist about what is really realistic.
Okay.
Well, for these recipes specifically, there's several ways that you can get them. All you have to do for the shopping list is, and the instructions as well, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard in Salisbury, 21801. You can go to delmarvalife.com and find everything there, as well as call us at 443-880-9116. And what is it we're going to ask for? What the glazed salmon, right?
The pomegranate glazed salmon is
Pomegranate
right
glazed salmon.
there, and it is it's tasty because you guys have to taste this.
And that's what we're
Really
gonna
We
do
have to. We've got to
right
eat
now.
some.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The things we have to do for this
And-
show.
And
Thank
this
you.
is going to be my lunch, I tell you. At least a
Oh,
salad.
okay. Gotcha. I don't know if you want the salad I made.
You know,
Oh,
if
it's
I would
beautiful.
plate faster because Jimmy's hungry.
Oh, okay.
I'd hate to wrestle
I
you
was
down
never
right
short
here,
order
Rhonda.
cook, but I am learning. There you go.
All right, ready?
All right,
Enjoy.
Okay, you're going for the salmon, aren't you?
I'm going for the salmon.
So am I.
Yeah, maybe I get a little green in there too.
Okay, well, you work on the green, I'll work
It
on the
doesn't
salmon.
get any better than this.
Huh?
It doesn't get any better.
It really does taste
Like it?
good. Yeah, and that is healthy.
That's
It is healthy.
That's the best part. If you'd like more information from Chesapeake Eye Center on how to manage healthy eyes, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab, now located on the left side of the homepage.
Wow.
Wow. We want to thank you for watching Delmarva Life. Be sure to join us Monday. You know, a lot of us take an aspirin to help prevent a heart attack, but can it prevent diseases? What impact the tiny pill could have on skin cancer?
Plus, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have to climb up the ladder to clean out the gutters? Some of us don't have to. Maybe you are, and some of us do. Brian Spyro is going to take a look at the science behind gutter helmet.
And are you thinking about hiring someone to help you get some of those things done around the house, such as cleaning out the gutters? Angie from Angie's List gives us her do's and don'ts about calling in a handyman.
And we're going to have all that secret family recipe that we all think is the absolute best. We're going to get a sneak peek of a new show that puts Grandma's cooking to the test.
And don't forget, if you missed any of today's information, just visit delmarvalife.com. Delmarva Life, life at its best here on Delmarva. Now let's hear it. Where are you going? One more time for France the band. Come back here.
We were all struck down, struck as one. We found out from the light we could have been. What have we found? Fleeting allegiance to the teeming unseemly. In a cold-blooded briefcase of personal scheming. Everlasting light. Everlasting light. everlasting light, everlasting light. Oh, flowers in a fading sun, now tangible, now dust. Couldn't see it coming, so why would we run? Oh no. And we're left to wonder why we ever went numb. Numb. Ghost on the bottom of a tower, haunted by all the space that I will live without you. Without you, everlasting light, everlasting light, everlasting light, everlasting